All right, well, Omar, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning, sir.
Please, can you drop some reactions for Mrs. Hannah right now on this chat? Let's drop some emojis for her, drop some reactions, congratulate her on a visa approval. So you can see the whole family is congratulating you, Mrs. Anna.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Can you turn on your video so we can see you?
Okay. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
How is everything?
Fine, sir.
Well, you look with a smiling face and all like that. Well, it's good because you already got what you wanted.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Let me ask you, how do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel happy, excited.
Excited, right?
Yes.
Well, that's good. So I don't want to take much of your time. I want people to just be able to hear from you, possibly if there's any mistakes you made, so people can just learn one or two things, from your process. But once again, guys, let's drop another reaction for her once again to congratulate her. As you're congratulating her, yours is coming next.
Amen. Thank
Yours is
you.
coming next, exactly. So we share from other people's testimony. All right. So you can see, wow, a lot of people are really, really congratulating you here. Okay, so Mrs. Anna, I just want to ask you, first of all, how did you get to come across me or Clary Travels?
Okay, on Instagram.
Okay, you came across
So,
us on Instagram.
yes. I came
Okay.
across your Instagram on around January or so, but I just saved the ad because the ad popped up on Instagram. So I just saved it. So then I think in May,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I sent a message. So, and that was it.
So, so were you at the beginning, at first, were you maybe scared, I mean, you don't know me before, a lot of people always talk about people online. So were you scared
Okay.
at the beginning?
Okay, so funny thing is, I was not even scared at all. And this is my first time like trusting someone that much. So I just
Really?
like checked your videos on only Instagram actually then. Only Instagram. So I was just like, whoa, this person is in Russia already, Jare. What let me just use him. And I was surprised that I could just like trust you just from just once. So and that was it.
So how would you describe your process? Would you say it was smooth? Would you say it was maybe can you describe your process maybe in one word?
Okay, it was seamless, like very, very smooth, and everything came out very fast, more than I even expected.
Hmm.
Yeah, it
So
was
so
very,
how can you tell us how can you give us like a breakdown on how everything went? The good document you got first, document you get second.
okay. So first of all, I sent my details, my scanned passport, my results, my own level result, and everything. So then it got translated and notarized.
Mm-hmm.
So I think within a week or two, I got my acceptance letter. So then we're now waiting for the invitation letter, which came out even before I think 3 weeks or so. It didn't even get
Yeah.
to a month. So yeah, so that was it.
So were you even when even during the process, was there at any
Mm.
time maybe you were or your mind was just calm during the whole process that no
Sure,
problem?
sure. I was very calm. It was only my mom that was like, I am Alpha. What about this person that said I feel like he's on it, like go and message this person. I'm like, he's on it now. So they said that I have to show her some of your videos on YouTube. So I look at this person now. She was like, okay. So I was very calm. Like
Mm.
I just trusted Claire with Travis.
So tell me, how did you the for the embassy, how were you able to, just give us, after you got your invitation letter, what was the next thing you did?
Okay, after I got my invitation letter, then I started preparing for the embassy. I started because we prepared us for some likely questions. So I started doing that. Then I booked my appointment. Then I traveled down to Abuja. So
So
that was it.
tell us about the authentication. You authenticated the
Oh,
document, right?
yes, yes, yes. So I authenticated my document myself, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but the document was not clear. It was not that clear. So
So
I
because
just, I didn't know.
when,
Yeah.
when you went to submit at the embassy, they now told you that it was not clear, right?
Yeah, that it is not clear that they cannot legalize such document. That I should go back to the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I should go and correct it, that they can't collect that one because it's dark.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I went back. So they told me they cannot do anything at the Foreign Affairs, that I need to go back to the Ministry of Education. So they were like, I need to redo it again, that there's nothing they
They
can
can do.
do. That
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that we will do it again. So I did it again, I uploaded it again, I registered again, that same day. So I was able to quickly go back to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs because I collected people's number at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Education. So I was just calling. So I went back, so I was able to get everything done that day. But before I could go back to the embassy, they closed. So they told
Mm-hmm.
me I need to book an appointment. So I think I was lucky. I think it was for my interview was on the 28th. I booked an appointment so for 30th.
Okay.
So, and that was it.
So how was your experience in the embassy or at the embassy rather with the consular, you know?
Okay, so now you just need to be calm because that was the 38th again. Also, when I go to the embassy, the officer that will check the documents, that one said, you need to go back to the hospital, that they can't confirm my name, that they've not sent them my name, I should go back. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I'm thank God that I had the person's number, the one of the doctor's number. I was so angry. I just called down. I was saying, where be coming, be coming, be coming. So because I was looking at time, that because it was already almost 12 and the embassy closes around 1.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I went back there. So not knowing that I went to the wrong place first, but it's still the same hospital,
Okay, but
but
the wrong
the
office.
wrong place. Yes, yeah, the wrong office. So they were like, so I now met the real doctor. That one I said that he's sorry. This. So immediately he just sent my details in my presence that okay, before I get there, I'm going to I'm going to. So he gave me his number that in case that I have people or I have a group that needs this, that I should just contact him. So I just collected his number. So funny enough, before I got to the embassy, he was
Mm.
calling me that I should be fast with it, that I should be fast. So when I got there, I was the last person. I was actually I was the last person. Me and one lady like that were the last person. So when we got there, the officers too, those security people, they didn't want me to enter. They were like, you have to wait. I said, I'm not waiting. No. They just want to go and pick something. So they're like, okay, I should enter. So me and one lady entered. So, hey, so they were now asking the other lady question. That lady, everything they asked her, she didn't know it. Like, they were asking her other stuff. What is, how many bones do we have? How many blood? Something like, I'm like, hey. But though I was prepared, she like, anything, I'm prepared. So one consular just called me that I should come. He collected my document, just for me to go and sit down. So I was like, there'll be no question. So I sat down. Then after I think maybe like 5 minutes, he called me that okay, what's the name of your school? I told him your city. I told him who will be sponsoring you. I told him. He said, okay. Did I finish my secondary school in Nigeria? I said yes. He said okay. Then I think that was all. He just said, okay, go and sit down. Then after some time, he just called me, take your documents, go and make your payments. Then I won't want to make payment again that day. They said they've closed. That I should come back the following day
Following
that
day.
they've closed. I was like, now wow. So I came back the following day and I paid. And that was
Mm.
it.
So let's say give the consular now. Maybe he used like how many minutes maximum with you?
Just 2 minutes. Two. Just two.
So, and the day you submitted, that was what day? What day did you
Sure.
submit? Like, what day did you submit?
Okay, on the 30th. That's on the
So
30th.
you got your visa like 3 days after, right? Like
Yes, 3 days after, and the legalized documents too.
documents also.
Yes.
Wow. So tell me, is there um really I really appreciate all your explanation and all like that. So, but is there at any point in time in this process where you made maybe one mistake or the other, that you feel like you know people can learn from?
Yeah, I would say just the authentication rather. Yes, the
Okay.
authentication. So
Okay.
if you have the like I like to because of the stress and tension, you can just let someone do it for you, someone that knows about it, let them do
We
it
talked
for
about
you.
it then now that someone should help you,
Yeah.
but you said you wanted to do it yourself, which is okay
Yeah,
anyway.
then it was because of money, and secondly because I was like, okay, so I'll be in Abuja at that time, so I can actually
So
do
you
it
can
if
actually do it
so.
yourself. Well, I like to advise
Yeah.
people to do it themselves anyway.
Yes,
It's not a bad thing, really.
yes. So actually, at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a lot of agents, I saw a lot of people doing it for people and stuff like
Mhm,
that. So
mhm.
yeah.
So when you got your visa, how did you feel? Or when you collected your passport, you've not checked that maybe there's visa there or not. How were you feeling?
Okay, so
Or were you that confident that you will get the visa?
let me say I was confident at some point, but at the other point, again, I'm like, village people should not can follow you should not can follow somebody here or something like that. So and when we're outside, there's this girl, that same girl I told you that she didn't answer well. So
Yeah.
she was now telling me that they asked her that is she going to come back? Is she go after the study? Is she going to come back? She now said no, that she's not going to come back. Oh, that she's going
Ah,
to stay there and work. I just opened my mouth. I'm looking at her like this. Really? That she said yes. That's what her friends told her that because currently they're looking for people that will stay. I'm not looking at her like this. Ah, okay. Oh. So I was like, see this one confidently saying rubbish. I didn't say anything. So she was not telling me that the day she came, that if they told you to sign in, I think 3 books, that means they've given you the visa. But if it is just 1 book or 2 book, that means they've not given before they hand over your passport to you. I'm saying, okay. We now entered at the same time. I think they called me. I think they called her first. No, I think they called me first. So I signed the 3 paper. Even before I collected, I'm like, it's like all this thing is going well. So they gave me the this. I could not open it inside there. So when I came out, just to put it, I just was like, thank God, thank God. And funny enough, they gave that lady, they gave her the visa. She said, I think when she said that the consular laughed, like she said the consular they just laughed, like she not laughed with them. So they gave her the visa. So and that was that. Like these people are funny.
well,
So,
the thing is this. I used to tell people that Russian embassy they don't really have issues with giving people visa. In as long as you've done what you're supposed to do in terms of document wise and even their questions, you're able to
yeah.
answer it very well. You understand? Well, and that lady talked about she's lucky. Maybe the consular is in a good mood. He was in a good
Maybe.
mood that time. So, but normally you don't say that you will
So,
not come back, this and that.
ah.
And she's a lady. So, but if it was a guy, ha, so, but all glory belongs to God that she also got that visa and you also got your visa. Guys, can
Yeah.
we drop another congratulatory message for Miss Anne uh, one more time?
Okay.
You know, for successfully, and I really want to appreciate you for believing in the brand, believing and trusting in the process. Yes, I know, frankly speaking, you are one of the clients that did not stress me at all, actually. So, so I had that feeling that you actually trusted and believed that yes, we could do this for you. And I'm glad that at the end of the day, everything later, came out. Can you show us? Let's see your visa now. You can just cover the whole. Do you have
So
your
what do you
passport
say?
with you? Do you have your passport with
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can show us your visa now. You can just cover the other details.
Okay. Okay.
Hurrah. Guys, can we congratulate her again one more time? Yours is coming soon by the special grace of God. Yours, you are
Amen.
next by the special grace of God. So thank you so much, Madam Mrs. No, let me not say Mrs. Miss Anna. So, and I can't wait to see you
Thank you,
in the
sir.
Russian Federation. So what do you have to say to anyone that is watching you right now, planning to start a process just like you? What do you have to say to them?
Okay, just trust Clearway Travels. They are the best, seriously. And and just be patient. Just be
Exactly.
patient.
Be
That's
patient.
it. Yeah.
All right, guys. So you've heard from Miss Hannah. Does anybody have any question before we close before I allow her go? You have any question you want to ask Miss Hannah? You want her to respond? Okay, somebody's asking about legalization. Okay, I'll talk about that. Okay, so that will be all. I'll answer every other question. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Miss Hannah,
Thank
for
you,
joining
sir.
this call. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
So,
sir. Thank
guys,
you.
one more time, congratulate her again. Won't you congratulations finish you today? Don't worry, very soon. You that
Thank you.
there was a time she was also on this call, just listening and listening. Today she has been able to secure a visa. So I believe your testimony will be a pointer to other people also. Your testimony virus will spread to everyone on this call. Everyone can also get their visa successfully by the special grace of God. Thank you so much once
Amen.
again, and do have a
Amen.
lovely time. See you soon in the Russian Federation. I can't wait.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All
Thank you,
right,
sir.
take care. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah.
All right, so that is Mrs. Anna. Secured a visa that was last week to the Russian Federation, and you've heard from her. As about the process, everything she was able to do, the visa questions and answers, at the embassy, So, like I used to say, just trust the process. I used to tell people it's very, very important that you trust the process. All right. And I believe that as everyone on this call as possible that are willing to travel to Russia, willing to migrate, I believe that God is going to make it a reality for you by the special grace of God. We welcomed Mrs. Abayomi Yana. That was last week. Yeah, she arrived on Friday. No, Thursday. I posted the video yesterday. How many of us have been able to watch that video? Yes. If you have been able to watch the video of Miss Yana, can I see some emojis, reactions? Yes, we welcomed her to the Russian Federation. I had an interview with her, just that I've not posted it yet. Also, there was an interview I also did with one of our clients, Mr. Harrison. He came to Russia, that was in January, in January, January, I think December, January. So I was able to do an interview with him on his experience in Russia. So maybe during the week, I'm going to post those videos. These are things we do so that you can also see how life is for people that are here. This can be an encouragement for you. I'm not saying, like I used to say, traveling to Russia, I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect. All right. That's just the truth. I'm not promising you that when you come here, things are going to start will just be rosy. Things are going to be, money is dropping like grass. No. But the thing is this, you can't compare the situation here to the situation in Nigeria. It's not possible. You understand? Russia is a very, very, and it's so funny because right now people's eyes are just getting to open to the Russian Federation. That's just the truth. One of the things, for me personally, one of the things I love about this country is the fact that they have an enabling environment for you to grow. You understand? So, like I said before, some of you, the mindset you have about coming abroad is that when you come like this, things you just start making money. You just start, like that. And that's why when you come at first, and it's not like that, you start having like different thoughts, different. But if you know you're coming abroad, you need to come prepared. Yoruba will say that "Gbogbo nǹkan tó bá gbà la máa fi fún," which means that whatever it takes, I'm ready to give it. Do you understand? Once you are sure that yes, this is what I want to do, you're talking about migrating to another country. Do you understand? So it's important that you understand that yes, this is what I want to do. You understand? So for me, Russia has been one of the best decisions I've made in my entire life. You know, within the shortest possible time that I've been in Russia, what I've achieved in my years of being, I've not achieved it. That's just the truth, So, and same like that for, a lot of people that are coming in. If Russia is not good, people will not be coming in. If there is war, people are fighting, nobody wants to die. So forget about all these media propagandas and stop limiting yourself. Some of you, until when it gets difficult, that's when, some of you like to do something at a die minute, at a, when it's already, when it don't choke already. That's when you like to start. So, but like I used to say, that travel abroad does not get cheaper. It gets more and more expensive. It doesn't get easier. It gets more and more difficult. So the earlier, the better. Do you understand? So, like I said before, I'm not saying that when you come in, things will just, of course, there's going to be rocky road. You are moving to a new country, new people, new system, new weather, new everything. Do you understand? So you don't just expect that things will just start getting smooth for you. Of course, it can be, but let's be very, very realistic here. You understand? Of course, we're going to face some rocky roads so, but the truth is this, it can only get better. It can only get better because the country itself has an enabling environment for you to grow easily. Enabling environment. Number one, like I said before, you working in Russia, you work as many times as you like. Nobody's going to limit you that, work so time or work so time. No. Even right now that some schools are on break right now, students are working like full time. Nobody's going to limit you. Do you understand? The country has a very good standard of living. Russia is a country whereby you earn more, you spend less. I used to tell people, if you don't want to spend, you will not spend, and you still be living a good life. If you want to spend, you will spend. Do you understand? But generally the system is very, very affordable. Is it your transportation? Is it your feeding? Is it your accommodation? It's very, very affordable, whereby you'll be living the good life that you're living. For example, if you come to Russia on arrival, you're going to get they're going to give you, you're going to get an accommodation at the school hostel, school dormitory. Do you understand? Now, if you look at that school dormitory, it's very, very affordable. Some school dormitories can be like maybe 50,000 naira per month, 60K per month, So, and you pay every month. So paying the money itself will not be stress for you. So it's very, very affordable, except maybe you want to maybe do because of privacy. And even if it's privacy itself, you can decide to collect the bed space, the 2-bed space for yourself. Or if you want to get an apartment, you can get an apartment if you want. Do you understand? Apartments minimum can cost about 200K, 250K per month. Go and ask people in other countries if that amount is enough to rent an apartment in other countries. You understand? So the countries, I'm not saying there's no apartment of 500K, 1 million, 2, of course, but you cut your coat according to your size. You understand? You cut your coat according to your size. So literally, there are some countries whereby even if you don't want to spend, you will spend. That's the truth. Even if you don't want to spend, you will spend. But Russia is a country that you can know how to minimize and you will not spend. Like the standard of living is very, very okay. For example, transportation system now, you can decide not to take a taxi and take a bus. If you're taking a bus, for example, anywhere you're going in my city, for example, now, bus is just 33 rubles. Just 33 rubles. Anywhere you're going. So even the transportation system is very, very convenient, conducive, and not even expensive. And at the same time, also, I used to tell people, know the kind of cities you go. There are a lot of cities in Russia. Some cities are very, very expensive, like Moscow, St. Petersburg. Those places are, already a little bit on the high side. So if you are coming for the first time, I don't really advise you go to such places. There are 3 things you look at in the city. Number 1, affordability. Number 2, the African community. And number 3, opportunity-wise. So all these things are very, very important. You need to look at them before you say, okay, yes, I want to, So that's why I said, use an agent that you trust. All right. Very, very important. So if we talk about jobs, also, there are a lot of jobs available in Russia. Russia is not a country where they suffer from unemployment, or there's no one that will come here and tell me that, oh, I come here and then I'm struggling to get a job, or I can't find job. The only thing is this: there are different jobs available. I know most of you are coming to Russia because you want to come and work, because you want to come and hustle. But at the same time, so don't put the school one aside. Don't leave the school aspect alone. Because your school aspect, like I used to tell people, it will help you a lot in many ways. It will help you a lot, even in terms of getting like good jobs relating to your field and stuff like that. Because you will not tell me that you come here and come and be doing a menial jobs for life. Because trust me, some of you when you come, the first job you see might not be the kind of job you like. But yes, I used to tell people don't reject any job as long as it's not an illegal job. Any job you first see, start with it. From there, you see opportunities fall down. I have people that can change. I have people that change job like 3, 4 times, even in a month, in 2 months, just for them to get a perfect one. Do you understand? But I mean, you start from somewhere. No, not that you now come here now, come and be doing shakara for jobs. Saying this one I can do, this one I cannot do. Of course, if you have options here, but so you try to like maximize the whole thing. So there are different type of jobs available. There are some jobs that well, some people believe that if you don't understand the language, you will not be able to work in Russia. That's a very big lie, big fat lie. I told you about the interview I did with one of my clients. We did the interview that was a few days ago, but I've not posted it yet. The guy came to Russia in January. I was in an interview with him and I asked him how soon was he able to get a job in Russia. I think he said he started working in Russia after like I think 3 weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. He got his first job in Russia. And he does not understand the language. So I used to tell people either you understand the language or not, you would be able to work. Of course, there are some jobs that if you don't understand the language, you cannot do. Which is why I said before that the language is also important. Because if you are living in a country, you don't understand the language, you are like an illiterate. So the language is important. So, but language is not something you can learn, all of it. It is a gradual process. You understand? The more you live here, like by the time you live here like 1 year, you discover that even you yourself, you started speaking the language. You understand? So don't see the language as a barrier. Do you understand? So there are still other jobs that people do that does not even require them to speak the language. For example, teaching of English. I have someone that teaches English. He teaches English, for like 1 hour 30 minutes, and they're paying him 5,000 rubles for 1 hour 30 minutes, just as a side job. Me, I never believe I'll be a teacher in my life until I go to Russia. That's the truth. But now I'm a proud teacher. Forget that when you say now I'm a teacher in my country. Everybody knows me well. If you look at me up and down, you will know that it's true. So I mean, so we have different. Some people are doing Uber drivers. Some people are doing truck drivers. Some people are doing forklifting. Some people are working in factories. Some people are working in construction company. Some people are working in the mall. Some people are working in the bar. Some people are working as attendants, restaurants, cleaners, yeah, gardeners. So there are different jobs you can do, either you understand the language or not. When I came to Russia, the first job I got was in the farm. I was working in a cucumber farm. So, but like I said before, that it can only get better. You need to, once your mind is set to it that, yeah, this is what I want to do, then trust me, Russia is one of the best country that you can ever be. I'm telling you for a fact. You will not know now, you will know later. So that's why, for those that want to come in now, it's better you get in on time because it will always be getting more and more difficult. Either you are going through me or not. The most important thing is get into the federation on time. Russia is a very good country. We wait there, what some people are always saying, they see that one. This is one of the most peaceful country that since I've been in Russia, I've known the sound of gunshot before. So because some people are always scared and stuff like that. So she's talking about job. The pay for jobs are different. Some jobs they pay per day, some they pay per hour, some they pay per volume. That's the more you do, the more you earn. Some of them they pay per month, per 2 weeks. It just depends on the job and the job etiquette. You can have 2 jobs, you can have 3 jobs. It depends on your strength. Like I told you before, there's no restriction to the number of time you can work. You get to work as many times as you like. The only thing is that during school time, you need to know how to balance it. Now, where they always get problem with most Nigerians, that even during school, some people will leave the school. You will not even go to class for like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You just be working and working and working. You have forgotten that the visa with you is a study visa. And later it will become a problem. So that's why even the Bible says wisdom is profitable to direct. So even during your schooling, you know how to balance it. Schooling in Russia is very easy. It's not like Nigeria. It's not like some classes, some people that are doing masters, they are doing their classes online. So you can easily balance your work and study. It does not affect. I do 3 different jobs and I still came out with a first class. That's to tell you that how, if you really set your mind to it, you can do it. It's not about just working, and working. For me, through my schooling, I've got different opportunities. Even one of the places I'm working right now, it is through my university. Do you understand? So, and that's why one of the reasons why I used to advise people, don't just take the school aspect also seriously. Yes, you work and make money, but take the school aspect. Doesn't mean that you have to go to class every day. Maybe, at least have 70%. Even if you will get your 100%, because even me, I don't get 100% attendance for classes. But you need to know how to, plan everything. That's why I said before that wisdom is profitable to direct. Some of you, when you just come like this, your study visa in your head, you just change it to work visa. I don't understand. So please, all right. So that is that on that. If you are still with me on this call, can I see some emojis? Can I see some reactions right now? You're with me on this call. You're getting everything I'm saying back to back. Can I see some emojis? Let me see some reactions. All right. Please, if you have any question, go to the chat and just go to the chat, drop your question there so I can answer those questions. If you have any question, go to the chat and I'm going to be answering those questions.